I recently collaborated with BridgeChamp to offer 3 lucky players the chance to challenge me in a 5-board robot team match. After playing through the boards myself and giving my usual commentary, I gave some analysis and tips to the challengers as a mini lesson to help improve their own game. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and comment, and if there's enough support, we will make this into a regular event so that you could have a chance to play against me and get feedback on your decisions. To play, you'll need to have a registered account with BridgeChamp. Sign up for free with my link in the video description. Now, let's see how the challenges went. So we're playing against DJEV. Here we go. We're in 3rd seat on the first board. We're not vulnerable. Sitting south. This is Imp's form of scoring, so not match points. Pass by partner, a club on our right. If we want to understand the bidding description of the opponents, we can always just click on their bid or click on a bid to give us a little bit of an explanation. Some of these are a little bit less descriptive than others, but hopefully they give us all of the info that we generally need. I think the robots tend to play a fairly normal 2/1 style system. None of this precision nonsense that we see from some of these junior players. So 1 club on our right. We've got a 15 count. It's Imps. Because partner's probably passing a bunch of 11s, it is a good idea to continue trying to look for a possible game contract. We'll overcall no trump. We're bare minimum, but we do have a club stopper. So let's go ahead and bid 1 no. Good luck. You think that I might be able to take the win against you? We'll see. We'll see. It's always a little bit random. So this 2-diamond bid on our left should be a fairly weakish hand with a diamond suit over there. I think it's often going to be 6 cards. I know that the description says it could contain 5. Most of the time, if you have a fairly weak hand, you're just going to pass with a 5-card diamond suit. No reason to compete here at Imps, at least. If you have a pretty poor hand, just let the opponents play a no trump. Lead your long diamond suit and hope that you can set it up and take tricks. So 3 diamonds is a bit of an unusual bid that I wouldn't expect. I'm definitely going to pass, but just to kind of talk about this bid, East should not have whatever this description says. I mean, East should have a really, really good hand in support of diamonds here. And the reason for that is that West could just be trying to interfere with our no trump auction. Like, West might want to take away our ability to bid Stamen or transfers if they have a hand that has, like, Queen, Jack, 10, 6th of diamonds and out. Maybe a couple of other side high cards here or there, but it doesn't have to be a very good hand. So East really shouldn't be pushing on to the 3 level unless they have some significant values or a pretty big diamond fit, is my thoughts. We're dead minimum. No reason for us to bid again. So we'll pass. And partner's on lead against 3 diamonds. Yeah, so a hand like this, East could have gotten away with just passing 2 diamonds. And then it's actually a really difficult decision for us about whether or not to balance with a takeout double. Normally you want to do that if you've opened a strong no trump and say it had gone 2 diamonds natural, pass back to us. We would absolutely reopen with a takeout double with this hand. But here, in between 2 bidding opponents, especially one that might have a misfit but extra values for these 2 diamond bids, we would probably just let it go. We're a little bit nervous about our no trump overcall in the first place anyway. All right. So looking at the dummy has a 14 count. We have 15, adds up to 29. We know that our partner has a couple of high cards here and there, but we're not sure exactly where they land. We might be able to give partner a heart ruff if partner started with a doubleton heart. So we might be able to take 2 hearts, a diamond trick that we have, and a heart ruff would be 4, and then just sit back and hopefully wait for the king of clubs to take a trick would be one possibility. But we'll think about that as Declare plays the hand out. So they do lead a diamond. We'll play the queen. Diamond to the ace. Now the jack of clubs, around to the king. Okay. So this to me sounds as if Declare has a lot of heart losers. If we were playing match points, it might be a really good idea to lead a low heart right now. I'm actually very tempted to lead a low heart anyway at teams. But my thinking is that if Declare had queen third of hearts, why would they take the club finesse immediately? There would be no reason, right? They wouldn't, if they got a club discard or discard on a heart on one of the clubs, then who cares? It would be queen third opposite jack fourth. They pitch one of their hearts, but they still have 2 heart losers. So I don't really understand the club finesse if West has the heart queen. Which makes me think that underleading the ace king of hearts is probably the right thing to do. That would give us the opportunity to play a 4th round of hearts, low heart to the queen, heart to the king, ace of hearts, and a 4th heart. And partner might get, say, I don't know, the 9 of diamonds promoted, maybe, if Declare makes an error in how they rough this trick. But I think at teams, I'm just going to not really risk anything. Let's just go king of hearts, ace of hearts, heart, and try and get partner their rough. Yeah, so there was the queen of hearts, kind of as expected that partner had this card. Partner did have the 9 of diamonds. Wow. We do beat the contract, which is really all that matters at imps for the most part, because our king of diamonds is going to score a trick. I mean, I'm out of good ideas. Declare is going to claim. 3 diamonds down 1. We'll take it. We're on to board 2. Upper left, there was an error. Thank you, George Brad. Let's, I see. So once I finish the results, will get displayed for all the boards, and then we can do a little bit of exploration as to what our opponent did. So maybe we were able to beat that too. If I had played at match points, I definitely would have underled the ace king of hearts to partner's queen. But I think we did okay playing teams. Pass on our right. 5-4 in the majors. I guess I'm just going to bet a spade. Normally, I'm a big advocate of opening a no trump with any hand that falls into the 15 to 17, but this time I think I do want to show both majors playing teams. I think I'm content to go 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 hearts, 2 spades, and I'm content to bid a 3rd time. I'll bid 3 diamonds to pattern out and just really ensure that we get to the right strain, even if we get a little bit too high. So we'll start with 1 spade and see what happens. A spade, 2 diamond overcall. The opponents are favorable and East is a passed hand, so it's very possible this could be a little bit of a joke of a 2 diamond bid. And I know that robots often like to be a little bit more aggressive with their 2 level overcalls than human players. So 3 spades is weak. Partner has 4 or more spades over there, and a very, very weak hand, 2 to 5 high card points. Well, there is a draw to a vulnerable game at teams. You get a big bonus if you can bid it and make it. Our diamonds are pretty bad for this, but the nice thing about having the king jack third of diamonds is that if West decides to lead, say, ace of diamonds and a diamond, we're going to score quite a few tricks in that suit. So it kind of prevents West from making whatever their most natural opening lead would be, having this king jack third of diamonds. I'm a bit nervous. We have all of these holes in the heart suit. Given the 2 diamond overcall, West is more likely than East to have a lot of the missing high cards, so West will probably have the heart king a decent amount of the time. And as mentioned, the king jack of diamonds are poorly positioned. I think we just pass and let it go. And if the opponents decide to balance back in, they might end up in a world of hurt with us having all these values. So I think I'm going to do this. I could definitely see bids like 4 spades or even 3 no trump as possible choices, but I'm happy to sell out at the 3 level here. Hope that we can make it. Okay. Looks like we've done all right for ourselves. We get the jack of clubs lead. I do not want East to gain the lead, so I'm going to play low on this trick because East will be able to lead hearts or diamonds or basically anything through me. I want West on lead as much as possible. Okay, but East has other plans. They overtake the jack of clubs with the ace, and they do push a heart through. Well, even if we were magically able to take 1 diamond trick to pitch a heart from the north hand, we're still gonna have 3 hearts over there, which means I think we should definitely... That jack of clubs lead is a little bit suspicious to me. Would West lead the jack of clubs from king jack 10? I think that would be a pretty risky opening lead. I mean, it's starting to sound as if West might have a hand that has almost all the missing high cards. They have king jack 10 of clubs, ace queen of diamonds, ace of spades, king doubleton of hearts or something like that. They might lead the jack of clubs from king jack 10. I mean, I guess I'm going to put in the 10 of hearts. I hope that East has switched from jack third. Okay, heart goes to the jack. Not a great start. King of hearts comes back. So it looks like East switched to the 6 of hearts from 3 small, and West has king jack doubleton, which is very fortunate for us. So the hearts have been established, but we do want to avoid a spade ruff. So I'm going to lead a low spade, hoping that West might make the error of ducking from ace doubleton. Ooh, East has the ace of spades. But a club comes back. So if spades are 2-2, we're in good shape. If spades are 3-1, I should be able to end play West. My thinking is I could ruff this high, pull 2 more rounds of trumps ending in dummy, and lead a diamond to the jack. And if West has the king of clubs and the ace of diamonds, then West is end played if they win this trick. So I think that's a pretty good plan. Let's pull another round of trumps. Do they split? Okay, they do. So we can actually just claim at this point, assuming that the claim function will allow us to do so. We'll be able to ruff 2 diamonds in the north hand and 2 clubs in our hand, and the hearts are good at this point. So we have the rest. Should I explain my claim to the robots? Cross ruff. Just in case they don't know. East rejected my claim. How rude. Wow, East really did forget to give their partner a heart ruff. The robots aren't a fan of the cross-ref claims, Eric says. So this is basically the end play that we're kind of showing here, that West, if they have the diamond queen and club king, even if we had 1 fewer spade in our hand, would be required to lead one of the minor suits and give us a trick. All right, we'll finish off the hand by cross-reffing the last couple of tricks. Three hearts making 3. Not a bad result for our side, considering that they could have defeated us. We could have, in fact, prevented this, but I just didn't think that was what was going on, given that West overcalled 2 diamonds. We could have prevented this by going up with the ace of hearts when East switched to a low heart. But, of course, that gives up on taking a couple of heart finesses, which we would have liked to do. So, other options would have made from a double dummy perspective, but ours worked out just fine when they misdefended. We got a 16 count here. Nice hand with clubs and diamonds, so I'll open a club. 3 spades, pass back to us. Oh boy. It is imps. I think we just want to bid 3-0. We have what looks like 7 tricks in our own hand. So if partner's entire hand is just the ace of diamonds, we're making 3-0 trump. They might take a bunch of heart tricks, but of course West is just going to lead a spade from their king, queen, jack holding. So, and partner could easily have a heart stopper as well. Other bids don't really fit the hand is the problem. And we do want to aim at our best game contract because it's imps. At match points, you could possibly consider 4 clubs or something on this hand, but we'll just bid 3-0. 30 to 21 high card points. Wow. Well, we don't have that, but hopefully partner doesn't bury us. All right, 3-0 trump, all pass. And we get the king of spades. Oh. Okay. I'm a little surprised that opposite this description, partner just nonchalantly passed with a 10 count, but looks like this has worked out okay. We're off a spade trick that they set up at trick 1, and we're off the ace of hearts. But we might lose the 4th round of diamonds, considering we're playing in no trump, but we will be able to make our contract, which is all we really care about. Let's duck the opening lead. Try and cut communications in spades, and then we'll have to decide how risky we want to play it, because West may well have a 6-card spade suit for the 3-spade bid. I know it's announced as it showing 7 to 8 spades, but we don't want to give them the opportunity to have overcalled on a 6-card suit. But I was just thinking that we could duck this and maybe lead a heart to the jack, trying to pitch a diamond loser if diamonds don't happen to split. But we'll start out by doing this, and then we'll see how the play develops. So, 2nd spade gets played. East does follow. Let's cash some clubs and see what happens before we make any commitments to something. Both opponents follow to the first round of clubs. West turns up with 2 clubs, which is a little bit interesting. East pitches a heart. Pretty likely that they have at least 5 of them. East pitches another heart. And another heart. And another heart. And another heart. Okay. So West turned up with 2 clubs. If we assume they have 7 spades, then they either have 2 hearts and 2 diamonds, or they have 3 hearts and 1 diamond, or they have 1 heart and 3 diamonds. If West started with 1 heart and 3 diamonds, we should cash all of our diamonds now, because then diamonds just split. But if West started with 2 hearts and 2 diamonds, we should play a heart and try and guess what's going on in the heart suit. And I mean, for one thing, West would not have discarded all of their spades if they had the heart ace. So we would basically have a free guess, because East has been squeezed to keep 4 diamonds in their hand to prevent us from running the diamond suit. Therefore, East would be down to a singleton ace of hearts. West would have started with queen doubleton in this case. I think what's happening is diamonds are 3-3. I don't have like a strong inclination to believe that's the case, but I think that's what's going on. So I'm just going to play on the diamond suit. It's for over tricks at imps anyway, so we don't need to dwell too long on this. Oh. West has 4 diamonds. Okay, that was unexpected. This heart suit did not split very well. Do we get to see after the hand what I'm talking about? Yeah. Can I move this? Because East hearts just keep going off the end of the page here. East had all 8 of the missing hearts to start the play. So there really wasn't a squeeze on this deal. There's just nothing we could do to establish an extra check. We still make 10. But on to the next one. Pass a spade by our partner, pass on our right. We have a nice hand. So we'll start with 2 diamonds, game forcing. Oh, apparently it's not game forcing. We're playing a standard American style bridge. Let me just quickly look through our responses to make sure I know what we're doing. Okay, very interesting. So we play 3 diamonds as like a... I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this description. What's 2 no? 2 no's Jacoby, okay. Well, something we could do, which is not actually all that crazy, because we have 20 high card points, is we could just bid 4 no Blackwood. What we care about is the ace king of spades, the ace of hearts, and the ace of clubs, right? And if partner has all of those cards, we can just bid 7 no trump. We would be able to count 6 diamonds, 2 hearts, 2 clubs, and 3 spades is 13 top tricks. And if we're missing one of those cards, we could bid 6 no trump or 6 diamonds. I actually think I like this plan. Yeah, this whole idea about asking about the spade king seems really valuable. So even if we could just kind of make the lazy bid of 2 diamonds to start the auction, we probably want to bid 2 diamonds and then show spade support, like fake as if we have a spade fit with partner, so that we can bid Blackwood and spades. I think that's really important to do. So I'm just going to bid 4 no trump anyway. It promises a spade fit, but that's okay. Partner will allow us to bid no trump later, right? Won't you, partner? I guess we'll find out. So Blackwood and spades. Partner shows 2 key cards without the trump queen, which means we are off 2 key cards. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. I wasn't prepared for that bit. I figured we would be off 0 or 1 key cards most of the time. Being off 2 key cards, we could be off an ace and the trump king. Did partner open an 11 count? I mean, we have 20. Partner could have 12 and the opponents have 2 aces. I'm honestly tempted to just bid 6 no trump anyway. Is that a really bad decision? That might be a really bad decision. So what I'm thinking is if the key card we're missing is the spade king, sometimes we just have 12 tricks anyway. like, they aren't going to lead a spade against this auction, right? That's never going to happen. So we won't be in a position where West is going to like lead a spade and then we're forced to take the spade finesse at trick one. And it might be the case that partner has like ace queen jack fourth of clubs or something, and we can just pitch our spade loser. Or partner has like jack 10 fourth of hearts, and we can pitch a spade and a club loser on the heart suit after we knock out the heart ace. So I am kind of tempted to just gamble at this. And if we're off two aces, maybe partner's hand is 6 spades to the ace king. And if they don't take their 2 aces at tricks 1 and 2, we're going to collect the first 12 tricks. I mean, that one's a little bit less likely where we make it, but I think it's possible. Practically speaking, the issue that I have right now is that if I don't bid 6 no trump and I bid 5 spades instead, that contract might also just go down because remember, we don't have a spade fit. So I'm going to gamble on the contract that I think actually has a chance to make and will reward us with the most high card, or the most points by bidding it. So 6 no. Fingers crossed, we get a diamond lead. Okay. So partner opened a 10 count. I do like it. Good bid, partner. Unfortunately, yes, unfortunately, here's the problem. Our hands do not fit very well. And we're off 2 aces. So, we have some issues on this one. Let's see. Well, because it's imps, I don't really care if I go down extra tricks. I think it is worth noting that 5 spades is probably going down, so we were already too high once we got the 5 heart bid from partner. 5 no trump would probably make, but it's impossible to sign off in 5 no once we get that keycard response. Maybe a slower auction would have made things a little bit easier for us. But I think we're going to have a hard time not just bidding keycard and spades with the south hand at some point. And then we're going to be in the same boat. So, diamond lead. I mean, we have a somewhat likely route to 11 tricks. If either the king of spades or the queen of clubs is an entry to the north hand, we can just unblock the hearts. And get over there to cash the ace jack of hearts for 6 diamonds, 4 hearts, and 1 trick. But that's not getting us up to 12. I think we need to get very lucky, like maybe a jack 10 doubleton of spades somewhere, to be able to make a 12th trick. I guess I'm going to pitch a spade. I'm going to win this cheaply in my hand, and I'm just going to lead the queen of spades. Ace of spades from west. Queen, ace, 5-10. Interesting. And another diamond comes. We have a chance. They didn't take the club ace. Okay. What do we think about trying to squeeze west? Because that 10 of spades is a little bit ominous. I mean, it's true that east might do that from like jack 10 third or obviously jack 10 doubleton, and that would give us a bit of a problem. But I think that it's more likely that we can take the spade finesse by running the 9. That feels a little bit like a true card. Unfortunately, then the heart suit remains blocked and we have no entry. So if West happens to hold 4 hearts, 4 spades, and the club ace, I think they do get squeezed. Actually, I guess if they just hold 4 spades and 4 hearts, they get squeezed. Is that right? The problem is I'm going to have to guess what's going on, but let's start by pitching a club. We're going to run the diamond suit. And see first off what West led from. It looks like they led from 10/4 of diamonds. So West throws a heart. I mean, I expect East has the club ace, right? West would have cashed it if they held that card. West throws another heart. Yeah. I mean... Oh no, we actually do just need West to have 4/4 in the majors. Oh, I'm so... It's been a long day. But if West really started with Jack 3rd of spades here, they couldn't afford to pitch a spade. Then we could pitch a heart and take the spade finesse. So if West really was 4-4-4-1 in shape to start the hand, which is, I guess, possible, then West truly was squeezed on this Jack of diamonds. Because now I could pitch a spade, lead the 9 of spades, take a finesse, and then overtake the second round of hearts, and the long heart would be a winner. East pitches a heart. Oh, I'm very tempted to do this. Let's lead the 9 of spades. I think we did it. I think we squeezed West. East pitches the ace of clubs now. Okay, are they going to accept my claim at this point? No, they're not. That's okay. Now I can cross in hearts and the king of clubs is a winner. So was West actually squeezed? No, they weren't. East was the one with all the hearts. Nicely played, thank you. Unfortunately, unfortunately we couldn't actually have made that. the robots made a pretty big blunder on defense. But we'll take it. Yeah, we did have a legitimate chance. Obviously, a little bit better defensive signaling might have helped them a little bit. Dumping the ace of clubs is definitely world class. It really is. On to the last board of the challenge. I'm feeling pretty good about our results on that one. Diamond on our right. We are unfavorable, seen by the graphic up here in the top left, the little red marker. We're just going to pass. We have a 16 count, but nothing to really bid. We definitely don't want to come in with 2 clubs with a terrible 5-card suit. I could see overcalling a no trump, but I'm a bit nervous that it's a 1 diamond opener. Yes, they might only have 3 if they're 4-4 in the majors, but most of the time 1 diamond's going to be a real suit. So we'll just pass this. Maybe we get to make a takeout double of hearts later if that is something that happens. 2 spades. Preemptive. It comes pass back around to us. I think, again, we should just let this go. It's teams. Like, yes, we might be making 3 clubs. I suppose on a very good day we could be making 3 no trump, but for the most part, it's just going to be a part score battle, and I do have 4 quick tricks. 2 spades might end up going down. So we'll let him have it. Let's see if partner and I can defeat this contract. That is a lot of diamonds and a lot of spades. I have to imagine if we were able to overcall a no trump with our hand, we might have ended up in like 4 hearts or 5 clubs, given partner's spade shortness. Heart opening lead. I am not liking our chances of beating this contract. Let's... I mean, yeah, this dummy is just unbelievable. It does feel like we've done the wrong thing in the auction, but that's okay. We're here now. It'll only be a small swing. If you lose out on these part score battles, but you make 6 no trump off 2 aces, you're gonna do okay. Let's, I guess we duck this trick. I'm just really struggling to see a 6th defensive trick. Like, if I duck this trick and they lead a spade, I can win, unblock the heart ace, possibly cross to partner in clubs and get a heart ruff. But that's only 1, 2, 3 heart ruff, 5 tricks, the 1 club that we take. And I mean, ducking could cost a trick, like maybe they win and play ace, king, queen of diamonds, pitching hearts. Let's give it a try. I mean, that has to be our best chance to make something happen. So the 6 of hearts wins. Queen of diamonds, yeah, saw that coming. Well, I mean, this is kind of good news that Declare doesn't have 6 running diamond tricks, but all of the hearts do go away. So now my ace of hearts gets roughed out if they choose to do so. Play a diamond. I'm like tempted to pitch the ace of hearts. I'll pitch a club. Diamonds are set up, but diamonds are stranded. Queen of clubs. Yeah, it is interesting to note that West had 4 hearts in their hand for this 2 spade bid, right? Very strange, because they've showed up with no diamonds. I guess they have 3 clubs. But partner didn't play the king on that club trick, so I'm guessing Declare has it. I don't think we're getting more than our 2 spades, so this is going to cost us an imp. We tried to... Oh, partner does have the club king. Look at that. There's a heart ruff. Declare gets to ruff their last club. Now they just get to play a trump. I'm going to play low. Hopefully partner gets a spade. No! That's okay. It does cost us the overcheck, but we were never beating it. 2 spades making 4. They missed out on their game. How could they? Okay, results. Now do we get to see the comparison? We do. Excellent. So let's take a look back at our results and see how our counterpart did. It went a club, a no trump overcall, same auction, I'll pass. We got the spade lead. Being clever, trying to give your partner some card signals. Here, 8 of spades, discouraging. Good try. Diamond to the queen and ace. Jack of clubs around to the king. And you also decided to just go ace, king of hearts. I think this is very sensible at teams, but kind of for the reason I was talking about. I think it's very likely that partner has the heart queen, likely enough that even at imps, it might even make some sense if to underlead the ace, king of hearts there to partner's queen. And maybe you would end up beating the contract 2 tricks. It doesn't really cost too many imps, though. It would be a disaster to declare start with queen third of hearts, but hopefully that's not the case. The second board of the set. So you also get to 3 spades. You opened a spade, same as I did. 2 diamonds, 3 spades. The jack of clubs opening lead. You also ducked. East once again won the ace to switch to hearts, which, man, none of this defense seems all that obvious to me from the east seat, but it is a good play. And so here we can kind of see, is show analysis, the double dummy thing. We can see that double dummy, playing the ace of hearts would result in 9 tricks from a double dummy perspective, just because the heart suit gets blocked. And West won't be able to void themselves in hearts before East gets in with the spade ace. So you could do that. I mean, that's a pretty crazy play because you really do want to take these 2 heart finesses. West got in with the jack of hearts, exits the king. You win. You elected to lead the queen of spades to the ace. And here, a little bit unlucky that the robots found the heart continuation for you, but they didn't for me at my table. So I think a pretty sensible line of play, but just not one that works out on the steal. Board 3, the next hand. You open a club, 3 spades, pass, pass. You bounce 3, no trump. We are duplicating auctions all day. So West leads the king of spades. And you let it hold this trick. I think a pretty good play. Jack of spades goes around to the ace. And then you also started by running some clubs. I think this is the best way to start. Like, technically, East does get squeezed in the situation that I was talking about earlier, where East has 4 diamonds and one of the heart honors. East will get squeezed down to a singleton heart. But East just pitches all their hearts. And now, what did you do? You also played on diamonds, diamond to the ace, queen of diamonds, and another diamond. Tried the last diamond, see if... but it looks like it was just a claim at this point. So, same result. Board 4. All right, let's take a look. Because 17 imps were swung on this deal. What a hand. Unfortunately, I mean, the way we played it, we had a legitimate chance once they didn't take both their aces, but the robots kind of gave it to us. So how did you do things in the auction? It went a spade, 2 diamonds, which I think is a perfectly fine bid. 2 hearts. You decided to bid 3 clubs. I do think it's really important to set spades as trumps and bid key card. I mean, for all the reasons I talked about earlier, because you really do care about that king of spades. That's a really valuable card, and so I would like to do that. Oh, 2 spades here was non-forcing, so you have to jump to 3 spades to show extras. You probably do that. You could jump to 3 spades, and then even if partner signs off in 4 spades, which they might with this hand, you can continue on with 4 no trump. So you didn't know what 3 spades was. That's fair. Yeah, it's hard to play kind of an archaic system like 2/1 non-game forcing. But 3 no past 6 no. I think a sensible try for sure, especially if you're playing with a new pickup partner. You don't know what to do, just stick them in 6 no trump with 20 high card points up to their opening bid and watch them squirm. So club opening lead. Oh. A club went to the 10 and queen. It's such a difficult hand to play. You know, you might expect that your counterpart at the other table is also going to be in this contract. So you've been able to win the Queen of Clubs, and then the heart suit is once again blocked. Otherwise, you would have the first 11 tricks, but that's still not enough. You need to get an extra trick somehow, and you need to deal with the heart blockage. You decide to play a spade to the 10, queen, and ace. And just a club came back, I see. So at this point, you just have 11 tricks. There was nothing you could do at your table. Yeah, I mean, I think your line of play is pretty sensible, right? Like, it's hard to make 6 no trump when you're off 2 aces, I think is the point. And you really need to knock out one of the aces and have them not cash the second one. So this isn't really your fault. It was just the defense was a little bit more stringent against your contract. And then board 5. You earned an imp on this one. So a diamond, you decided to overcall a no trump. I don't think it's a terrible bid, but kind of for the reasons I mentioned, I did not like doing it on this hand. So a diamond, a no trump, 2 spades on your left, 3 spades on your right. Your partner also led a heart against that contract. Low, you decide to win the ace, and you just returned a heart. So the heart went back to the jack, queen, and king. Declare was able to discard 3 clubs now on 3 rounds of diamonds. Makes sense. Play another diamond, exit a heart, eventually ruff a heart with the jack of spades. Silly you not cashing the club. It wouldn't have mattered. Declare would have pitched hearts on the ace, king, queen of diamonds instead if you had cashed a club. So it was always going to be 140 at your table. I elected to duck the opening heart lead, and that gave them the opportunity to make the extra trick there for 170. So, yeah, I mean, I think this hand is a little bit about counting out the shape. Because once you go ace and a heart, the more diamonds Declare has, the fewer clubs they have, and therefore the fewer clubs they need to discard. Similarly in the heart suit, the fewer hearts they would need to discard. So if you can come up with a shape for West where ace and a heart will actually get you your ruff, then it probably is a good idea to do this instead of what I did. What would West need to be? West has 6 spades, so they would probably need to be something like they would have to have at least 3 hearts, otherwise you're never getting a heart ruff anyway. So they would be like 6-3. Yeah, you also like are having the same problem that I did, which was nothing really helps on the hand. In which case, I think maybe part of the lesson is like, if you don't want to be on lead because none of your leads are helpful, then let the opponents lead for you. That wasn't exactly the conclusion I came to. I was just hoping that I could actually get a heart ruff, kind of similar to you, but by ducking to not have to give a trick to the king of hearts or play 2 rounds of hearts, I guess. But it looks like it comes out about the same. But you earn an imp on the last one. You're off the shutout. But good match. Let's head back. We got 2 more challenges to play. George Brad, you're here, I assume. I saw you earlier. Let's go ahead and play your challenge. And then we have Matt R75, who's up next. You have to admit, you don't have to admit that 1 under trick wonder. It's not required, but you are welcome to admit anything you want. This is a safe space for all of your confessions. At least until you're in the hot seat, and then you are in the challenge. Pass, pass. We've got a 20 count here. So we get to open 2 no trump. Oh, 20 to 22. Good to know. Partner bids 3 clubs. Stamen. I will respond to Stamen. I have 4 hearts. Partner bids 3 no, so they have a spade suit over there. I assume, actually, I'm just going to look at this for a second. Yeah, so 3 no promises 4 spades. If partner didn't have 4 spades, they wouldn't have taken the time to go through Stamen. We get spade opening lead. Partner has a wonderful 5 count. Thanks, Pard. Where are our tricks? We have 3 spades. We have 3 diamonds. We have a club and a heart. That's not enough. So we could make enough tricks if we have 4 spade tricks. The 6 of spades makes me think that West has led from a doubleton. I know this is something that a lot of robots like to do and is not very good bridge against no trump contracts. We'll definitely put up the 9 at trick 1 because we really want to force East to play an honor. Like, if we're always going to play the ace, king, or queen, there's no reason to play the 2 on the first trick. We may as well cover. I mean, our best legitimate chance to make the contract, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, there might be an alternative chance. But I was going to say, double dummy, our only real chance to make this is if spades are 3-3. We can unblock the entire spade suit and then use our diamond entry to dummy to access the 4th spade. I think I am going to try that. But what I'm looking at here is that the singleton queen of hearts might take a trick if East has the king. And the reason is that if East has a heart holding like king 5-4-2, for example, and we lead the queen of hearts from dummy, East probably isn't going to play the king, right? Because they would be worried that our hearts are like ace, jack, 10, 9. And if they play the king on it, then we'll score 4 heart tricks. Whereas if they duck, we only get 2. So this fake finesse by running the queen of hearts gives us probably our best chance to make it if the spades don't come home. I suppose I am just going to cash some spades then, because we can try both things. So ace of spades, queen of spades. Oh, the spades split. Well, that makes things a lot easier. So let's cross to dummy and diamonds, cash our long spade, and then probably not worry too much about running the queen of hearts. So diamond to the king and ace. East switches to heart anyway. So I guess we can duck. May as well try it. But West has the king. Jack of hearts return. I guess it doesn't really matter what I do. Oh. West has so many hearts. West has so many hearts. Oh boy. All right, I will duck. That's fine. West plays another heart. We'll win this one. Let's cross in diamonds. Let's cash our spade. And eventually they're going to get a club. That was so many hearts. 7 of them, huh? Okay. On to the next board. 3 no trump, making 3. Good bid, partner. Well done. West was not up for finding the king of hearts opening lead. Pass on our right. We have 18. So we'll open our 1 club, planning to rebid 2 no trump. A club, a heart, pass, pass. So one no trump should show 18 to 19 or so in the spot. It can't really be 18 to 21 because, well, we would have opened 2 no trump with that hand. I don't have to bid. I could pass out a heart. Why would you lead your long suit with side entry? Well, this time I had bid hearts, right? So I think this time is very justified for West not to lead a heart. Could be 4x1. Who could be 4x1? Muppet says. We don't have to bid a no trump. It looks like a... Oh, could be 4x1 21 count? No. We just opened 2-0 with that. Don't be crazy. I mean, like, fine. Yes, maybe. I suppose. It could be an unbalanced hand. Do you beat this contract otherwise? Maybe, right? Didn't partner show 4 spades? Yeah, it's a difficult hand to lead from, right? Because you don't want to lead a heart. That's generally going to blow a trick, and your heart suit is never getting set up. So do you want to lead king, queen, doubleton, singleton, like small singleton diamond, or do you want to lead from 3 small spades? I would probably lead a spade too. Sometimes your partner has 4 spades over there and the opponents just don't have enough tricks, or they take 2 club finesses into your king queen. They try heart finesse into your king jack 10. Leading the king of hearts is automatic. I'm just going to bid a no trump. It's descriptive. My hand is like pretty good. And this is kind of nice. Partner bids 2 no trump, which should be some sort of like invitational bid. It says 4 high card points and partner's expecting us to be 18 to 21. So that's why they're inviting. But I have a lot of cards that are working. Like even queen jack 10 of hearts is kind of working. I have 3 heart tricks despite the king of hearts on my left. It is a minimum though. But we're vulnerable. It's teams. I mean, come on. We have to, right? I'm very nervous that this says exactly 4 high card points because I don't think that's what it should be. Like even opposite the 18 to 21 range. Oh, what is this? I can add an explanation. This probably won't update the robot's memory unless I can program the robots. I'm going to trust partner's explanation. 4 high card points. We have 22. I'm just going to pass. Partner has 5. You scoundrel. Partner has 5 spades too. Partner could have been 2 spades. We would have gotten into a spade game maybe, which would not make. That's okay. Heart opening lead. So we have 4 club tricks, we have 3 heart tricks, and a spade. And I think that's what we're planning to take. So let's win the 10 of hearts. And I think just play back a heart. Hope that the opponents can't take 5 diamonds and a heart immediately. Pitch a spade. Maybe the 8 of diamonds does something. It's going to be pretty difficult for West to switch to ace doubleton or king doubleton of diamonds, but here it comes. Please don't. No! How could they? That might actually be a pretty good play, thinking about it. But there wasn't really much that we could do about this. Are they going to let me claim this time? We have all the rest. Hey, claim accepted. 2 no Trump, down 1. Yeah, I think the ace of diamonds switch is probably the right play. So that's a little bit unfortunate. We just didn't have enough tricks immediately off the top, and even if we ran 4 rounds of clubs, they were still going to be able to do the same thing. So, but we're on to the next board. So partner has a bid over 1 heart. Oh, that's true too. Partner could have bid 1 spade over a heart. I think they were worried they didn't have as many as 6 high card points, so they didn't want to respond to partner's opening bid. But in your experience, they don't like cross-ref claims and claims with trumps outstanding. Gotcha. In that case, then I will try and be careful in those spots. We got a balanced 15 count. I will open a no trump. 2 diamonds, transfer to hearts. I accept. What are our other bids? So we don't appear. 3 hearts is a super accept with 4 trumps and 17 high card points. So that's our only super acceptance. None of these other bids mean anything. We don't have that this time. I was just curious. You like the animations? Glad to hear. I do think some of the developers are in chat, so please send all of the feedback, both positive and negative feedback, to developers, or I will pass it on. Yeah, a lot of people have said they wish that the animations were optional. I think that that is a point well taken. Okay, we have a really poorly fitting hand opposite us. This is what happens when we open a bad 15 count and no trump, isn't it? Partner's like, I got 2 kings and a 5 card suit. Surely you won't go down at the 2 level. Spade opening lead. So we got 2 spade losers. I have seen the robots make a little bit of random spot card opening leads. I wish I knew if this was 4th best or 3rd and 5th best. Because that would be nice to know. Just like, how many spades should I duck, if any? But we've got 2 spades to lose. We probably have a heart to lose unless East has King Doubleton. We definitely have a diamond to lose. Unless West has like Ace Queen 3rd of clubs or something, we can set up the Jack of clubs eventually. And then we have at least 1 club to lose. It would be nice if we can hold the club losers to 1. Let's start out by ducking the opening spade. If I duck a spade and East switches to diamonds, I'm a little bit nervous. Because, like, let's say I win the diamond king and I take a heart finesse and it loses and West plays back a diamond. Now I have no way back to the north hand to pull trumps. It kind of feels to me like I should give up on this hope of King Doubleton of hearts on side for the ability to just pull trumps. Like, win the ace of spades, go ace of hearts, queen of hearts at tricks 1 and 2. Yeah, let's do that. Then we can use the king of diamonds to get back to dummy, and then we can duck a diamond, and the opponents should give us a club guess by West switching to clubs. But if they don't, we'll be able to test the diamond suit, and if they split, we can pitch a club, and if not, then we can lead a club up to the king. I think I like that line of play. I would really love to duck a spade, but I'm just going to win the ace. Let's pull some trumps. Please don't be King Doubleton. Okay, interesting. So this makes me think that hearts are probably 4-2, with the opponents not taking the heart king. You wouldn't really want to come down to a singleton king of hearts in this spot. So either West or East has a 4-card heart suit. Good to know. I mean, in that case, maybe I am tempted to just lead a club to the king at some point, whether it's now or later in the play, because I don't really have the entries anymore to cross to the north hand and pull trumps. Unless the club king is an entry, in which case we could just take the club finesse. I could duck a diamond. Probably doesn't hurt too much. No, it's still a little bit dangerous. They might get diamond rough if I duck a diamond. I should just lead a club to the king. If the ace of clubs is on side, we can use both of these entries to try and pull trumps. Okay. Let's try and pull some trumps. So West is the one with 4 hearts, which is good news for us, because that means we're never going to suffer a trump promotion on, say, the last round of spades. Oh, West had all of the clubs. King of spades. Another spade over to East. Oh, just kidding. Now a heart. There's a diamond discard from East. I'm going to cash another heart, pitch a diamond. If West has diamond length and the ace of clubs, they'll be squeezed on this trick, but that is, in fact, not what is happening. East is the one hanging on to all the diamonds. So East gets last trick, but we do end up making our contract. 2 hearts making 2. That was board 3. On to the next one. A diamond pass, a spade comes around to us. We have a 14 count. I wonder if these challenges are guaranteed that we have the best hand at the table, because it's felt like we've had some pretty strong hands for the most part. No reason for us to come in between 2 bidding opponents with a 14 count. Don't want to bid a no trump. We'll just let them have this one. 2 clubs, 2 spades on our right. This is probably going to end the auction, so we got to make an opening lead. Yeah. Muppet, you don't like best hand format? I think it's just a little bit different. That's what the robot NABC is. So I think a lot of people enjoy it because they want to have high cards and they like bidding. That's what people really enjoy. They don't want to sit around and like pass throughout hands and just defend. Most people like declaring. They don't like defending, especially if they're playing against robots. They just want to be the one in control and take their tricks. If you're paying money, you want to play best hand? Yeah. Crazy people has been called. How am I getting 6 tricks on defense? I have what appear to be 3 tricks, so I need partner to take 3 tricks. If I could get a heart ruff, that would give me an extra trick. So like, let's say partner has king 5th of hearts and dummy is 1-3-5-4 shape. That might be the best thing to play for, ace and a heart. I don't like it, but I'm not thrilled by making a passive lead. And I mean, what's the point of leading trumps? Okay. Not a great start. Oh, West forgot to rebid a no trump. I see. one of these players. You know who you are. The ones who are terrified of bidding no trump on singletons. So I think to beat this, we're going to need partner to have the heart king. But that's not enough tricks. Our best bet is probably to hope partner has stiff jack of clubs now. Then we would be able to set up 2 club tricks by leading a low club here. So I'm going to do that. You know, at some point we have to get a little bit desperate at imps to... Okay. Sure thing, bud. Club rough. And now the 10 of spades because this is the... Yeah, no, that's fair. I will play low. I think this is winning. Partner plays the 9. Partner, come on. Now the 7 of spades. I have the feeling that East has a lot of spades. I guess I'll win the ace. Sounds like East has 7 spades. They pitched a heart. They have no clubs. Are they 7-3-3? Are they 7-4-2? Partner always has a club fit when we don't overcall. I'm not sure I want to be playing in a club part score, but... So if I play a diamond now, Declare can just win the ace and then ruff a club and pull my trump. But if I play a heart, that sets up the hearts and dummy. I think I do need to switch to diamonds, so let's do that. Okay. Declare just had everything. That's fine. That's totally fine. We claiming yet? Sounds like we might be claiming. That is correct. You got the rest, buddy. Plus 200. I feel like we did not take the right number of tricks on this deal, but it was going to be pretty difficult to beat 2 spades in the first place. We could have gotten our heart rough, but it would not have been good enough to beat the contract. On to the last board. I'm not feeling too hopeful about this set, but I guess we'll see. 2 passes come to us. Well, if we were watching the juniors earlier, we can open 4 hearts with this hand, right? That's a little bit crazy. We'll open a heart in third seat. We have quite a nice hand. We want to hear Drury from partner, or apparently we want to play 1 heart. All right. Not looking too good this set. Because if the ace of diamonds is on side, which I think is somewhat likely given the king of spades lead, we are going to be making a game. Partner has all the 10s. Yeah, if that's on your bingo card, you have earned your points. Let's go ahead and play a heart. Just thinking, like, how careful do I need to be? Do I need to play a spade and rough a spade with the jack of hearts? Let's just play a heart. Oh yeah, this ace of diamonds is 100% on side. Not even close. Oh, I need to stop screaming. Okay, fortunate for us. I mean, it's a 50-50 game, right? It's a game on a finesse, which you want to be in at teams. So let's see. How do I allow them, or how do I get them to let me claim? I rough this trick, and then I give up a diamond. Excellent. Well, 1 heart making 3. I have the feeling that we might have lost this challenge. We'll see how we did. We did not lose this challenge. Whew. Saved. Okay. Well, we'll take a look at what happened. So on the first board, we ended up making 3 no trump. Oh, you had a bad board 1? That is unfortunate. So you opened 2 no trump. We had the same auction, getting to 3 now. And so therefore you got the same 6 of spades opening lead, a little bit of an unusual lead from 3 small. So spade went around to the jack. Once again, I do think that this is something that everyone can do. Like if you're sitting on this ace, king, queen holding, if you had 9, 8, 3, 2 of spades, you should play the 9 at trick 1. You want to just get in the habit of doing this because you can always play the 3 and the 2 later under your king and queen. But playing the 9, I mean, it's not as if it forces them to cover, but they're always going to cover, and that's going to give you more information. They might give up a trick by doing so. You know, I'm sure everyone has seen the situation where, like, you have the singleton ace, dummy has queen jack 10, they lead the suit, and you play the queen from dummy, and your right-hand opponent, like the sucker they are, sticks the king on it. Yeah, the opponents don't know our hand, but I think this is one thing that it's not as if this comes up so often, and it's not as if this is going to earn you a ton of imps, but this is just good technique. And the more good technique you employ, the more information you're going to get out of the opponents. So I really do like putting up the 9, 8, or 7 of spades on the opening lead, but that is a comment. So you went after the diamond suit. East ended up ducking, which is an excellent play by East to force you to use your entry immediately. King of diamonds. Yeah, this was just not counting your tricks. Count your tricks and no trump. So you got 3 diamonds, 3 spades, a heart, and a club. You need 1 extra trick. Need to go after the 3-3 spade split. So from here, just nothing you could do. You did try heart to the queen. I think this is a really cute play. Unfortunately, not going to work out this time. But that whole idea of running the queen of hearts, I think, has a lot going for it. So 3-0 down 1. I ended up picking up 10 on that board. Good start. On the next hand, a club, a heart, pass, pass. You also decide to balance a no trump. I do think the decision's a bit close. Partner raised to 2-0. You decide to pass. Pretty reasonable. You got the same heart opening lead. You won the 10. You also exited a heart. I think this was the exact... Oh, no, this is me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not... I was looking at the wrong thing. So you got the same heart opening lead. Heart around to the 10. You decided to cross in clubs. And played a couple rounds of clubs. Cashed all 4 clubs. West threw a heart. Another club. West threw another heart. And now you went ace of hearts, pitch a spade. Queen of hearts, pitch a spade. And so at this point, the defenders, it looks like they didn't find the right defense. So West just exited heart, and you had your 8 tricks. This is cool, but I do think that something to be aware of is that if you need extra tricks, you want to put the opponents in early in the play. Against the robots, this isn't going to matter so much, but against human opponents, this is a really valuable lesson, which, like, comparing what I did, where I won the opening heart lead and immediately just played back a heart. West gets to win this trick. Their partner was forced to play the 4 of hearts, and now West has no information about the hand. They haven't seen that we have 4 club tricks. They haven't seen that we have the king, queen of clubs. So West basically just has a complete guess as to what to do, as opposed to when we cash 4 rounds of clubs and then also play the ace of hearts and then another heart. East gets to make discards on this track. East gets to make suit preference signals in the club suit. So good defenders here will always get this defense right at this point. They'll never have West exiting a heart. West will always know ace and a diamond, ace and a diamond, ace and a diamond from here. Or if spades were right, West would always know to switch to spades at that point. So it is an important lesson to learn that, I mean, obviously you pick up 6 imps on this board, but you do want to force the opponents to guess earlier in the play as opposed to later in the play when they have more information. So cool hand. On to the next one. We get to 2 hearts in the south. So same auction, no trump transfer to 2 hearts. Same spade opening lead around to the jack. You decide to win the ace. You cross in diamonds and took the heart finesse. I don't think this is such a bad play. I think that the more time you spend considering this plan, like, when do you gain? You gain exactly when East has King Doubleton of Hearts, which is going to be some percentage of the time. So you'll always go like heart to the queen, it wins, ace of hearts, East King falls, you're like, oh, goody, and start rubbing your hands together, and now you just need to get back to dummy to pull the last two trumps with the Jack 10, lose no heart tricks, you're in great shape. But when that doesn't happen, you've knocked out the King of Diamonds, and now the opponents are going to be able to cash some spades and knock out your Ace of Diamonds, and you'll have no way to get back to the 13th diamond if the diamonds happen to split and are 3-3. So you're basically just going to be forced into taking a club finesse later in the play. Whereas, the line of play I ended up taking, we kind of deduced that hearts were 4-2, so I elected to take a club finesse. But if they won the queen of hearts with the king, then you can use the king of diamonds entry, pull trumps, duck a diamond, and you might have a couple of extra chances. So it was just, I think your line of play is perfectly fine, but, like, kind of looking deeper into the plan, like, what happens if the queen of hearts loses and they play back a diamond? I mean, what'd they do? Oh, they did play back a diamond. So, yeah, you have to win the ace, you cash the ace of hearts, but now you have no entry to dummy, and this is your last hand entry, so you're kind of falling back at this point on you just have to lead a club up to the king and hope, which works out. So 2 hearts making 2. On to board 4. This one, the opponent's got to 4 hearts. Whoa, what happened here? Oh my. I was not expecting to win a ton of imps on this one. I thought we might have given up a couple of imps for the over tricks, but how did this go? A diamond pass a spade. You overcalled 2 clubs. I think this is a big no-no, but I know you're a regular on my stream, so I talk about this all the time. This 2-club overcall is very, very bad. It's totally fine to do this in robot events, or if you're just trying to gauge when it's right, then you can keep doing this to try and get some more info, but I think it's a really bad thing to do. Vulnerable, these bad 5-card suits, no distribution. Like, what are you hoping for? You're hoping that partner has a club fit and a 12 count, and you can play 3 no trump, and the opponents don't have 5 cashing diamonds or something like that. Pretty thin margin, and if you get in trouble on a hand like this, like, imagine if East had Jack 10 fourth of clubs instead of your partner. Now you're just getting doubled and going for $1 million. 2 clubs, pass, double. Yeah, you're probably sweating at this point. Pass. 3 clubs by West. Kind of a strange bid. 3 spades, 4 hearts. I mean, how could East not pull 4 hearts to 4 spades? I have no idea. But how did the defense go? Let's find out. Jack of clubs opening lead makes a lot of sense. Declarer has some problems in this contract. I'm going to make that clear because they appear to have, I don't know, should we skip this one? George Brad, you tell me. Because I have the feeling that this defense did not go the way you wanted. So Declare led the Jack of clubs. It got roughed. 10 of spades. So we got to take this with the ace. Good play. Yeah, now you have a decision to make. So they're in a 4-3 fed, which makes it a lot more attractive to try and attack their trump holding, as opposed to, say, trying to pull trumps and preventing them from roughing more clubs. So I think that it's correct to lead the king of clubs back here, or play a small club. Partner led the jack, so partner probably has the 10. So just play back a small club, force them to rough, and then continue trying to play more clubs when you get in. This way you might be able to, promote partner's 4th heart, for example. If you can force West to ruff a club with their 4-card heart holding, then that would be a simple way to defeat the contract. You've taken one trick, you have the ace of hearts. Partner probably has a heart trick. Otherwise, West's hearts are really good. And then all you need to do is get partner that 4th round of hearts. You played back a spade, hoping that partner could ruff, but partner probably would have led their singleton spade. So Declare was able to pitch a club. They win. Now they themselves lead a heart. Yeah, things are getting real dicey now. I think you can still beat this, but double dummy, it's going to be very difficult. Like, you can still beat it according to the double dummy solver. Heart to the 9, 10, and partner ducks. That looks like a good play. They now ruff the last club and play a diamond. And then exit the jack of hearts. Oh no! Your partner hops up with the king. Oh no, disaster. You get to win the ace. Yeah, not your fault. This one partner really needed to duck that trick. If partner had ducked, if they play the 7 of hearts, you win the ace, then they just have the king 8 of hearts sitting over the queen 3. Tough hand. Unfortunate loss of 9 imps. So you should have picked up 7 on this one. You would have won the set overall. On to the last board, very last board. You were in 1 heart. You also opened a heart. And you ended up making 3. Let's see how the play went. King of spades opening lead. You won the ace. Played a heart to the 10. Played back another heart. No rush in taking the diamond finesse. Club came around to the ace. A spade to the queen. And now I see what happened. West panicked and switched to the ace of diamonds. So your king of diamonds set up. Well done. You threw them in and kind of forced them to guess. So this was a nice line of play. I was just a little bit lazy. I took the diamond finesse because figured that they would probably work out not to do something like this, but I was wrong. So well done to earn the imp at the end. Looks like it was all decided on this one hand. You would bid 2 clubs because you know that Rob isn't going to. That's a good choice. If you think that you're, on average, going to need a little bit of a swing, that would be a good decision. All right. On to the last challenge of the day. I don't know exactly how this is going to work out in the future. I would prefer to have a way to automate this thing going forward. But yeah, I will try and let people know if you're interested in sending more challenges. Partner opens 2 hearts. We have a 12 count, so 2 hearts is weak. 5 to 10 high card points is our range for that bid. And we did see earlier that partner didn't open 2 spades with that one hand, the 10 count. King 6 of spades, ace jack 4th of hearts, and a side queen, queen 3rd in the club suit. So we know that some 10 counts partner is going to open at the 1 level, meaning this is just an automatic easy pass from us. We don't have any reason to think that we can make a game, even opposite as much as ace queen 6 of hearts. I only count 8 tricks, right? 6 hearts and 2 aces, maybe a spade ruff. So we'll let this go. If the opponents come in, we're going to have a decision to make. It rotates us to partner seat. Here we go. I guess this is my first time having had partner declare the hand. We do know the opponents can make 2 spades. I mean, it's possible. There's no guarantee, though, right? Like, partner might be getting club ruffs in a spade contract. We never know. So, like, if we have 2 hearts, the ace of spades, the ace of clubs, that's already 4 tricks off the top. If partner gets 2 club ruffs, or if partner has queen doubleton of diamonds, Or if partner has a spade holding like this, we might be able to just beat 2 spades. We would have to decide, though. If it went 2 spades, pass, back to us, do we compete to 3 hearts, or do we just let him play it? That would be a choice. Diamond opening lead. I will stick in the 9. And the reason why I like these kind of stick in the 9 of diamonds is that this is the kind of play that I would make from a lot of diamond holdings. Like if I had queen third, I might stick in the 9. If I had king third or ace third, I would probably stick in the 9 from dummy. So if I play the 2, it greatly restricts the diamond holdings that I can have, which makes it a little bit easier for West to evaluate what the hand looks like. So that's kind of my reason why I like playing the 9 at trick 1. That I would do this with my largest number of diamond holdings possible. And I'm going to conceal the 4 diamonds just in case this 5 is a singleton, make it look to West like East could have led a doubleton, East could have led from 10 third. I probably should have played the 7, but I'm so used to junior bridge. Spade switch. I guess I'm tempted to just put up the queen here. It's pretty unlikely that East is leading away from the king, but I don't think the queen of spades is going to help me later in the play. So West plays the king. I'll win the ace. I'm just going to go ahead and cash the club ace to pitch a spade and try and pull as many trumps as I can. We should be able to knock out the 2 remaining diamond cards to set up the long diamonds later. So let's go king of hearts. Just good technique. If we're planning on cashing the king of hearts after the ace of clubs, may as well cash it first. Ace of clubs, pitch a spade. And now do the trump split. They do. Good news for us. So now we can just knock out the 2 remaining diamonds. Aha. So West did lead from a doubleton diamond. East had ace, king, queen, third. And we'll be able to score the beer. 7 of diamonds because we carefully preserved it earlier in the play. We can play the 4 diamonds to the jack, knocking out the last remaining diamond stopper. And the 7 diamonds at trick 13. Robot partner owes me beer when I see them. Plus 140. Not much to this one. On to the next board. We got a 14 count. I can already see people wanting to open a no trump with this hand, but it's out of range. We'll open a diamond. Diamond to spade overcall. 3 clubs. Is this preemptive? Kind of. It's like enough to respond to our opening bid, but a long club suit. 3 spades on our right. Just a spade fit after the 1 spade overcall. This is an interesting hand now. Because, like, let's imagine partner has king, queen, jack, 7th of clubs. A lot of times they're going to have a spade void, given this 3 spade bid. I suppose we're still a little bit far away from making 5 clubs. So let's just go ahead and pass 3 spades. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about the opponents just getting goaded into bidding 4 spades if I bump to 4 clubs. So let's pass. I don't think we missed a game, therefore... Oh, I'm confident now we didn't miss a game. Look at that club holding. That is an amazing spade support from East, and West appears to have a singleton or void in clubs. I think the opponents have underbid here. 6 of diamonds opening lead. Imagine if this was from the 8-6 combination and I need to play the 7 here. I'm going to play the queen. Declare wins the ace. So it could be jack 8-6 of diamonds. There's partner's void. Partner pitching a heart. Not the greatest play. That's really going to expose our heart holding later. Club. Up with the ace. I need to take 4 more defensive tricks. We definitely have a diamond. We definitely have a heart. We might get 1 more diamond. I'm very tempted to just play back a trump. It kind of looks like Declare is hoping to cross-ruff some tricks, and playing back a trump might prevent that. I mean, what's partner's shape? They only have 6 clubs now to the king-queen. They have a spade void. They don't have 4 hearts, or they would have made a negative double. So they must be 0, 3, 4, 6. King, queen of clubs and out, basically. Partner might have the diamond jack. Tempted to play a diamond to partner's jack and get a diamond back so that I can exit a club. Let's try that. Partner did lead the 6 from 6-8, but partner doesn't have the jack of diamonds. Good to know. Heart to the 9, I will win the king. Let's cash this before it goes away. And exit a spade, I suppose. Probably not beating this thing. Yeah, partner's heart discard really gave away the heart suit. Unfortunately. So I think we could have gotten 1 more trick. I could have forced Declare, probably, and then they would have been in a little bit more trouble on the cross-ruff. They might have wound up with 9 tricks, but we were never beating 3 spades. A little bit strange, partner didn't lead a high club at trick 1. They led a diamond and the 6 of diamonds. I would really prefer standard spot card leads so that we can work out what partner's hand is. Maybe they just lead second highest from everything. All right, on to the next. We've got a 16 count, 6 spades. Let's open a spade. Double got alerted. It is a takeout double. 2 hearts on a right. Partner's a passed hand over the double. I mean, we could just let this go. I think I'm going to bid 2 spades, though. I do have some extra values. I am short in hearts. We're non-vulnerable. And I think more important, we're favorable. So if the opponents get to 4 hearts and partner wants to save in 4 spades, it's probably okay. I would expect them to make a fit bid of some kind over the double, though, if they had a spade fit. Like, maybe I should just pass. I guess 2 spades might push them up a level and they could go down. I'm not thinking that I'm in too much danger, but I guess if West had, like, a power double with no trump strength, it could go 2 spades. Double? All pass or something? Maybe not. All right, let's give it a shot. 2 spades. Pass, pass, pass. Oh, he can't because I have the best hand? Are we confirmed that this is best hand? I think it is, based on what I've seen. Heart opening lead. Well, partner's hand's about as bad as expected, but it looks like we have some play. If we lose just 2 hearts, 2 spades, and a club, we'll be able to make it. So heart around to the ace. Jack of diamonds switch. We only have one entry to the dummy, which means yeah, what does that mean? We have an entry, the queen of clubs, right? No? Queen of clubs is not an entry? How sure are you? West made the takeout double. And East has already turned up with an ace and a jack. I think we have an entry to the dummy. So West is turned up with, we need them to have the club king, otherwise we don't have a dummy entry. They have the king of hearts. East would have won the king at trick 1. They have nothing in diamonds. I think West has the ace king of spades, right? Otherwise, how could they possibly have a takeout double? Let's win the diamond king. I mean, could West have a hand that's like singleton ace, king jack fourth, 4 small, king jack fourth? They could. It's possible. In which case I would need to play a low club right now to make the contract, or low spade right now to make the contract. I'm thinking about that layout because either West has the ace king of spades and that'll be doubleton, so low spade would work, or West has this 4x1 shape with the stiff ace of spades. I don't know if there are any other hands that make a lot of sense for this auction, given what East has turned up with so far. Like, I guess ace doubleton, king jack fourth, 4 small, king jack third. Like, that's a 12 count. I mean, that would be a takeout double, but that's just one very specific hand. I'm very tempted by this low spade. Like, I could play the queen of spades. This also works against the ace-king doubleton layout. I mean, if diamonds are 4-2, I could just cash the ace of diamonds and exit a heart. West will win, and West will have to allow me to shorten myself, and then I can go, like, ace of clubs club. West might have to allow me to shorten myself again. I would really like not to have to guess the spades, and I want to pick off these 4-1 splits. Let me think for a second. I think I do like this plan. I mean, the jack of diamonds switch could be a doubleton. I think it's possible that it's a singleton, but then East is just going to get a diamond rough anyway, so there's nothing we can do about it. I think I like this plan. If I can rough both a heart and a diamond in my hand, I feel pretty good. Let's try it. Hopefully this doesn't get roughed. That's okay. It was going to happen anyway. That's fine. But now I think this 4-1 spade split is becoming even more likely. Yeah, look at that. East roughs with the 10 of spades. All right, I'll lead a low spade. Spade to the ace. Was it ace king doubleton? Not quite. So it was singleton ace, it looks like, in the spade suit. Yeah, the low spade exit could have worked. I mean, Westwood should give partner a rough. There's the king of clubs. Down one. That's okay. We tried our best. Tough hand. There's nothing we could do to make it after that singleton diamond switch, but maybe we could have done a little bit better if I had exited the 2 spades. All right, on to the next. 18 count, pass, pass, pass to us. We'll open a club in 4th seat. Pass, a heart. Pass, 2-no, showing our 18 to 19. 3-no. So partner should have 4 hearts with some values over there. Diamond. We've got 4 hearts, we've got 2 diamonds, and we have some clubs. Our objective is basically to just try and take the club finesse and hope that that works out. So I think we win the diamond king. And I'm just going to lead the queen of clubs at trick 2. If we were playing match points, we'd probably want to lead a low club to the jack to preserve chances against king doubleton of clubs on side. But I don't want it to go low club to the jack ducked, and then now I have to cash 4 rounds of hearts. I pitch a spade. I then take another club finesse, and now West wins, and then they have an easier chance to cash out the spade suit. Let's just take our club finesse at trick 2. And looks like it works out. Queen of clubs to the king. I don't think there's any realistic chance to take extra tricks. Probably in real life what you would want to do is run the heart suit now, but that does give a lot of information away. I'm just going to test the clubs to make things relatively simple. Clubs don't split, so East had 4 clubs anyway. Can we claim 4 more tricks? Wait, 5 more tricks. Almost. Yes. We had 4 hearts and the king of diamonds remaining, or ace of diamonds. Okay, pretty straightforward hand. The ace king of spades were on side, so technically we could have done better, but it is Zimps. Partner opens a heart. We got a 17 count over here. Let's start with two clubs. Oh, look at this. 2 clubs is 2+ for our... Well, it's not even game force. I wonder, what's 3 now? 13 to 18. Yeah, these ranges on the no trump bids are a little bit wide for my taste. Okay, well, let's start with 2 clubs and let's try and get more information out of partner. Like, if partner bids 2 hearts to show extra hearts, then we're pretty happy. Partner bids 2 no trump to show weak no trump. I think I'm very content at this point to just let partner declare 3 no. And we also kind of want partner to be the one declaring the no trump, I think. Given king empty 4th of spades, we would probably prefer spade lead into partner's hand, as we see here. Same with king 3rd of clubs. We probably prefer club lead into partner's hand. Like, if partner has queen doubleton of clubs, we don't want to be the one to declare the no trump, because then a club lead from the west side will end up going into the queen and ace or something, but a club lead from east would come around to the queen. 2 clubs denied 4 spades in the description. Oh, I see. Yeah, so this is a common thing that if you have extra values but only 4 spades, you should just get your game force across early so that the rest of the bidding is easier. You can discover your 4-4 spade fits later. Spade opening lead. So we've got 4 diamonds, 2 hearts, 3 spades is already 9 tricks. And we can try and take some extra tricks, I guess, in the heart suit. Spade goes to the queen and ace. And let's just go after hearts immediately. We do have a club stopper, so even if the opponents win a heart card and start playing on clubs, we're still going to be okay. So heart to the ace. Let's play heart to the jack, which holds. Let's cash the heart king. Okay, West shows out. Let's just play another heart. I'll pitch a spade on this trick, and East is effectively end played, so we're going to get a heart. Either they cash the ace of clubs or they don't. So we should now be able to claim all but one of the remaining tricks for 11. No! How rude. Our 3 of hearts is a winner. Hearts for 4-2, and we had the 5th one. So we'll unblock the diamonds. Now cross to dummy. Oh, I should have played the ace of diamonds. I'm sorry, I ruined the symmetry on this trick. Very disappointing. My fault. But they get the ace of clubs at the end. Okay. Let's take a look at the results. Okay, here we go. Analysis time. So first board, 2 hearts by North. South decided to bid 3 hearts. I don't hate this bid. I think 3 hearts is a pretty sensible decision. The idea is that you think you effectively just want to increase the preempt, and most of the time you want to do that when you have 3 card support. But I like doing it with Honor Doubleton generally. Queen Doubleton, King Doubleton, Ace Doubleton, those sorts of holdings, when you have a hand that I think is like otherwise non-suitable to defend. And as a bunch of chat has pointed out, like, we only have a Doubleton spade. Our partner shouldn't have more than 3. The opponents have a known 8-card spade fit, possibly 9. It could be the case that their side makes a game. So I don't mind the 3 heart bid. I think that bid is perfectly fine. Now, North decided to kind of take over and bid 4 hearts with their hand, which I think is a pretty terrible decision. I'm not saying that they're hands where you shouldn't preempt and bid again, because I know a lot of people like to meme about that. Like, oh, you can't preempt and bid again. That's such a terrible thing to do. But you need to have extreme distribution to do it. And this is not nearly extreme enough. Like, the club void is nice in terms of trying to take extra tricks, but the trump suit is quite poor. You have a bunch of holes. You need some help from partner there. And the queen third of spades is a really bad holding. Like, imagine if you had a similar hand, but you had a Doubleton spade and like 5 diamonds. Then I would completely agree. You could open 2 hearts. I mean, I'm not opposed to opening 3 hearts on that hand either. But if you choose to open 2 hearts with that type of hand, then it's perfectly okay to then, once partner bumps, you can say, look, I have a ton of extra offensive playing strength. Now that we have a big fit, maybe I can rough my side suit good. Let's take a chance at the game. But yeah, 4 hearts, not a great bid by the robot there. Same diamond opening lead. West won the queen, cash the ace, switch to spades, to the queen, king, and ace. Declare cash the club ace, and then just elected to pull trumps and went down 1 and 4 hearts, kind of similar to what we did, but we were 2 levels lower. So part score swing on that one. The next board, I guess our imp scores didn't get reported anymore. 3 spades. So South opened a diamond, a spade, 3 clubs, 3 spades. Same 6 of diamonds opening lead to the queen and ace. Spade to the ace. Club up with the ace. So same line of play. Here, South elected to play spades. I think this is pretty reasonable. When you're sitting on effectively 4 small spades and the opponents are kind of threatening a cross ruff, it does make some sense to just try and pull trump. So that was the alternative that I had, but I got the idea that we probably weren't beating it unless partner had this jack of diamonds. So I wanted to cash 2 diamonds before doing that. But a spade came back around. Now the jack of diamonds. I guess our opponent here, Matt R., found out about the bad split, or the bad news that Declare had the diamond jack, played back another spade, 7 of hearts. South split. I think this is a mistake. I think this is a well-known mistake if you're counting out the hand. Even if Declare is able to play a heart to the jack and it wins, you're still going to get your heart trick back later in the play because Declare can only ruff 1 heart, since South has pulled 3 rounds of trumps at this point. So there's no reason to split here. Declare might have a guess somehow, like switch the 10 and 8 of hearts, for example, and Declare might plan on running the 7 of hearts into partner's 10. And then you can get an extra trick that way. So I would just call it a bit of a lazy play, but something that everyone can do. So always be prepared to count out the hand defensively if you're taking the game serious, which I know a lot of people are just playing the robot games for fun, but that is a tip. So another heart. This time South wins the king. Once again, you could duck this 9 of hearts. So again, this is a very similar situation where you know that you see West has 5 spades, you see they have 3 diamonds, you see they have 1 club, therefore they must have 4 hearts. Heart to the jack, heart ruff, your king is still going to hold up. Declare can ruff a club, but eventually you get the king of hearts back later. So once again, you kind of resolve a possible heart guess for Declare by doing this. But that was the only thing. I might have tied the last 4 boards for 0 imps. Well, when we saw it pop up earlier in my replay, I had won by... there were swings on a bunch of these boards. But I guess we'll take a look and see what happened. Same auction on this one to 2 spades. Heart opening lead around to the ace. Jack of diamonds switch. Declare also won the king at their table. And they also tried to cash the diamond ace. I think this is a really insightful play. I mean, maybe what's going on is Declare was actually trying to cash the diamond ace to unblock before leading a club over, hoping that the queen of diamonds would cash, which is unrealistic. But if Declare was kind of reading as deeply into the hand as I was, which was that they don't want to guess if spades are 4-1 or 3-2. So if they can get a couple of roughs with red suit cards and then effectively just exit and let the opponents guess spades for them, that was what I was hoping to do. So as long as that second diamond cashed, we were in good shape. But we both got kind of the same defense and same line of play at our table. Ace of clubs and a club up towards the king. So down 1, that was a push. This board, same auction. Club a heart, 2-0, 3-0. Diamond opening lead. Declare went up with the king. Also led the queen of clubs at trick 2. And then Declare kind of did what I talked about. Run the heart suit. I mean, sometimes opponents make an error on this. Why is it showing the same results? It does feel a little bit broken, but this was a different line of play than what I took. So I'm guessing this was what actually happened at the table, was this different line of play. So club to the jack, 10 of clubs, and Declare just cashes out for making 3. On to the final board. Oh, different opening lead. Whoa. Okay, so they started a heart, a spade, a no trump, 3 no trump, which I think is fine, but this is something that we would like to be aware of, is that you want to be able to get your game force off your chest immediately in situations like this. For one thing, it's really beneficial to do so against interference. Because, like, let's say it goes a heart past a spade and West comes in with 2 clubs. Well, now it goes pass, and what are we supposed to do? Partner's pass doesn't deny extra values, so we have no idea what partner's strength is. We could be making a slam, or maybe it's right for us to bid 3 no trump, or maybe it's right for us to play in a 5-2 heart fit because we only have 1 club stopper. So we would have to bid 3 clubs on our hand to establish the game force, and now we're like multiple levels too high, and we haven't even found a fit yet. If we get bid 2 clubs and they double, or they bid 2 diamonds or something, at least partner knows we have values. Partner will start describing their hand, and then we can get to the right spot much faster. But I know a lot of people aren't aware of that, so 1 spade is perfectly okay. If you get an uncontested auction and partner bids a no trump, great. You can use XYZ or something to show your hand type, show your game force, show that you have exactly 4 spades and possibly a side diamond suit if that becomes relevant. So those uncontested auctions, it doesn't really matter what you start with. It's really the ones where the opponents interfere that cause problems. Club opening lead. Ooh. So that runs around to the jack. Yeah. Now what? This is a much scarier situation to have ended up in. Because West wouldn't necessarily have played the ace of clubs at trick 1. I mean, this club lead could be from 3 small, especially if East has one of the majors. Like, imagine if East had queen 10, 9, 4 of hearts and 3 small in every other suit. Maybe they would just choose a club as the opening lead for whatever reason. So West could have started with ace, queen 10, 8, 4 of clubs. So Declare plays a heart to the ace. They have 1 club, 4 diamonds, 2 spades, and 2 hearts. I think it is very sensible to just cash out your 9 tricks and not risk going down in a silly way, but heart to the jack. I suppose if the clubs are that 4-3 configuration, even if this loses, the defense can only cash 3 more clubs. So that's probably safe. Heart to the jack, king of hearts, pitch a spade. And now it's safe once again to play another heart, pitching another spade. So West is in, and West nicely, I will say, returns a club, because Declare is not going to be brave enough to take a club finesse later in the play on their own power. So club around to the ace, club back to the king, and Declare has the rest of the tricks for 3 no trump, making 5. So yeah, I guess it really did come down to this first board. I don't know what those results were on the earlier score sheet, but nice match, Matt R. 75. Thanks so much for playing.